Hello, I'm Karen, and this is just a little video diary, really update. So in my last video, I was sharing the Royal Complex anagrams, and I said to you at the end of that that they usually end up with crochet pattern. So this is the 2023 coronation blanket. This is what it would look like, and this is the bell that goes with it. So these are just prototypes at the minute. So it's just literally, I said before, I'm sharing my videos literally as I'm actually making my breakthroughs. This is just the reverse of the blanket that you can see so far. Okay, so following on with what I was doing previously, so just to show that these definitely are the royal crochet patterns for the coronation. So for the actual blanket itself, okay, so the very beginning has 2 stitches. So what we're doing is just, I know they worked in rounds, but I'm just counting what ends up on each of the rows, okay? So number 2 is for the first bit there, you get a total of actually 8 rows in there. Row number 2 is 5 stitches, which was the E to link to Queen Elizabeth I, and when we was looking through the bell gauge, we found all the E's. Row number 3, 1, 2, 3, has got 8 stitches on it, which is the hook size, which I was sharing with you, and also in the Voynich manuscript, which I was showing that I've been translating, the 8 represents the treble crochet stitch. And on row number 4 has got 11 stitches, which is a relation to do with King Charles and also Queen Elizabeth I. But we've got on the 5th row, we've got 14 stitches, which is relating to the, the 14 on the bell gauge. But 11 and 14 is to do with King Charles because his birthday is on the 14th of November. On row 6, you get 17 stitches. The links there are Queen Elizabeth I because we actually get the 17 stitches and the 11 stitches, which was the 17th of the 11th for her day that she became queen. That wasn't her coronation day. But this is also a link to Queen Camilla as well. And I'm sharing in a minute. And so row 7 and row 8, we get 20 stitches on row 7 and 23 stitches on row 8, which gives you the year 2023. The square measures 9 inches in diagonal, which was also going back to the bell gauge and the links that we have there. It's 6.5 inches across the middle. It is because it actually does curve in slightly when you're making it, and the very edge is 7 inches, which the 7 inches leads back to Queen Camilla because she was born on the 17th of July. So I did exactly the same thing. So we've got all of the measurements. So the other game, what you did is you get all the numbers and you turn them into what they are in the alphabet. So because with the coronation numbers, we had to break them apart, remember? So like one, instead of having 14, it had to be 1 and 4. So done the same thing here. So they're all the numbers which relate to these measurements here. And they're all the letters of the alphabet. If you do the complex anagram and snap it apart and rebuild it, you do get Charles and Camilla, and you get 2 number 8s, which is a double treble. Not only that, because our king he's got his things about him, so the actual letters themselves as they are also an anagram which says eco bag, hide a fab bag. So on the other games that I was playing in Voynich manuscript, it is double clues, so that's not really, so you're not really looking for an eco bag or a fab bag, even though actually this would actually crochet up into a lovely beach bag. But eco bag itself turns into square, and a fab bag turns into bell cozy. Okay, if you make the blanket up, which I haven't completed just yet, because of these, they are 7 inches for the edge of each square. You would need, because you do 8 by 8, because the patterns, because this you had to do 8 rows on this one. You would get a total of 56 on one side, 56 by the other, which is the letter E and F, which also turns into 2 more 8s. So you would technically, if you put those together, have Charles and Camilla, and then you'd have 4 8s. So they both have 2 8s each. So that's a double treble each. And just so you can see the actual patterns themselves, so the coronation date itself, I will leave a link to the complex anagram so you can see how it all works. But the circles, you are allowed to snap in half to make 2 C shapes. but the coronation date itself spells the word square. And you can see here, this is the pattern where I'll show my other terminology that I was using. So the V stitch is a treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, but we've got extra C in the middle, which meant to do 2 chains for the corners, for the squares. I know it finished off with a C there and 2 slip stitches, but you still do the 2 because it's just common sense. You know how to crochet. That's how the other things were working with the Voynich manuscript. Also, you could actually turn the coronation. So if you actually turned both of these circles into C's, you can actually make the word bell cozy. You've got this type of Y, which I did previously think was a mistake, but now I'm thinking maybe not. I have put the O like that as in 2 C shapes because you did need to break them apart to make a chain of 8, which was also going back to the 8 for this stitch and for the actual hook. Number 8, by the way, is the old English term for a number 4mm crochet hook. So row 1 we needed 9 stitches, row 2, so 9 stitches was actually back to the bell gauge, 14 King Charles's birthday, back to 20, and which we've got 29. I turned those into the alphabet as I've done previously, and that made crochet and 8. I then was like, oh, I need to do the measurements. So the measurements, so the actual length, so from the tip of the chain to the bottom there is 3.5 inches, and it measures 3.5 inches across, which if you turn those into letters, get CE, CE. And if you combined this with those, you would actually get crochet hook. And I thought, oh, hang on, what about, because these last 4 rows, they're actually you actually get 26 stitches, which was relating back to the alphabet, and so I did those as well just to make sure. And so you get BF, 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 which turns into crochet all and a circle and a 0 or an O, or you could have it as crochet and have that as the O there, all 8. So whichever way I look around at it, I just want to say thank you so much, Your Majesty. So thank you so much for doing this, because honestly, I kept thinking I was going bonkers with all of this. But now I've actually seen our current king and our current queen actually also made crochet patterns as part of this, to be able to then, which is all to do with, hang on, it's all to do with me actually. I've been translating the Voynich manuscript all year and doing like a video diary of all the different patterns and all the games that I've been playing. And this was just one of their games. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. So Merry Christmas. Bye for now.